Congratulations. You've just been born in a tree. Not on a tree, in one. Somewhere high above the Amazon canopy, dangling from a branch that would absolutely fail any workplace safety inspection. You're a sloth, which means your mother gave birth while hanging upside down like a furry chandelier. She catches you in her arms because, statistically, gravity hates you from the very first minute. You weigh less than a loaf of bread and look like 1-2, soft, slow, and suspiciously damp. Now, most mammals are born with instincts like walk, hide, or don't die. You're born with the instinct to nap. For the first few weeks, your mom carries you everywhere while you cling to her fur like an emotional support fungus. She climbs maybe a meter an hour. At that speed, your entire childhood could be summarized as scenery still loading. Predators? Jaguars, harpy eagles, anacondas. Basically the jungle's version of a bad neighborhood. But they rarely bother chasing you, because that would require patience even they don't have. Still, survival is dicey. If you ever fall, you plummet 30 meters, hit the ground, and, surprise, usually live. Your bones are dense enough to tank a crash landing, but your dignity isn't. You grow up in permanent slow motion, powered by a diet of leaves so nutritionally useless you could probably eat cardboard and break even. Each bite takes a minute to chew, another minute to swallow, and 3 weeks to digest. Congratulations, you're not an animal. You're a biological buffering icon. Let's talk about your hardware because, wow, you've got the metabolism of a malfunctioning phone battery. Your body temperature barely qualifies as on. A sloth's average temp is around 30 degrees Celsius, which is only slightly warmer than a sad cup of coffee. Your heart beats slower than an elevator playlist. You breathe slower than a Windows update. And your brain is the size of a walnut running 3 tabs of anxiety and 47 tabs of hunger. Evolution basically took a normal mammal, removed half the features, and said, yeah, this will save power. You have 2 speeds, slow and slower. Even blinking looks like it requires approval from head office. If you ever move fast, scientists assume you're being abducted. And your fur? It's not just hair, it's an ecosystem. Green algae literally grows on you. Moths live in your coat, lay eggs in your poop, and return to your fur when they hatch. You are both an animal in a low-budget apartment complex. Camouflage is your only real defense. You don't fight, you don't run, you don't even flinch. You just blend into the background like a tired intern in a Zoom meeting. Even your grip is a trap. Those long claws look cool until you realize they're curved like question marks and permanently locked in hang mode. You can't really walk. You drag yourself like a mop, touch the ground, and you move with the grace of a Roomba that's lost Wi-Fi. Your digestive system? Legendary. It's so slow that if you change trees, your stomach contents might still be digesting food from the last one. You only poop about once a week on the ground, which means every time nature calls, it's a high-stakes stealth mission. Predators know this schedule. Jaguars literally hang around sloth bathrooms. Imagine having to risk your life just to drop 3 weeks of salad. You grow eventually. Every other animal in the jungle grows up in months. You take years because time moves at your personal Wi-Fi speed. You learn to climb branches, though climb might be generous. It's more like slowly glue yourself upward. Each movement is deliberate, calculated, and slightly pathetic. You burn so little energy that scientists once thought you were dead until you blinked. Your muscles make up less than a quarter of your body weight, which is about half that of a normal mammal your size. Translation, you're strong enough to hang, not enough to hustle. But here's the weird twist. Your slowness is genius. By moving so slowly, you avoid detection. Predators' eyes rely on motion, and you're basically the still image of the forest. It's not speed that keeps you alive. It's your ability to be profoundly uninteresting. Evolution took lazy and made it a defense mechanism. You're also a master of energy efficiency. Your diet is mostly leaves, low in calories, high in sadness. You survive by doing less, breathing less, digesting slower, keeping your body temperature flexible like a reptile. Basically, you're running life on battery, saver mode, 24/7. But all this efficiency comes at a cost. You can't multitask. If you're digesting, you can't move fast. If you're moving, you can't digest well. Your body is so specialized for slowness that trying to speed up would literally kill you. You're the only mammal where trying harder equals death. And yes, people call you cute. The internet loves sloths. But that's because they only see pictures of you smiling. That smile isn't joy. It's just the way your face muscles froze 40 million years ago. You are evolution's slowest running joke, and somehow still trending. Here's where the real suffering kicks in. You live in the treetops, which sounds romantic until you realize the treetops are 30 meters up, the branches are thin, and you can't see straight because your neck rotates 270 degrees like a broken security camera. Your entire life depends on not falling. And yet, every sloth falls. Frequently. Sometimes they survive because their dense bones bounce like a furry brick, but sometimes not so much. You also can't regulate your temperature well. If it rains too long, you get cold. If the sun hits too hard, you overheat. You're basically a walking humidity sensor with trust issues. Then there's your biggest curse. Your biology didn't get the memo that the world changed. Millions of years ago, sloths were massive, ground sloths the size of elephants. They roamed continents, fought saber-toothed cats, and didn't care about cardio. Then climate change shrunk your family tree, literally, until only you and your tiny cousin survived. Now you're the leftover prototype from a failed mammal experiment. And that peaceful tree life? Constant stress. Ants, snakes, and birds live inches away. Parasites crawl through your fur. Fungus grows on your claws. You're a mobile nature documentary for bacteria. Your entire evolutionary plan is 1. Go up. 2. Eat slow. 3. Don't fall. 4. Repeat until gravity wins. Even reproduction is inconvenient. Sloths mate upside down, mid-branch, which looks less like romance and more like a slow-motion accident. Females scream to attract males, which would be fine if sound didn't also attract predators. So half the time you either get eaten or ghosted. And if you actually manage to reproduce, congratulations. Your offspring will repeat the same tragic slideshow of slow motion for the next 30 years. You survived millions of years of evolution, only to become the biological embodiment of a loading wheel. Congrats, you've reached adulthood, which mostly means you've survived long enough to regret it. You now spend 20 hours a day sleeping and the other 4 hours thinking about sleeping. You're basically a sentient, out-of-office email. Your biggest daily achievement? Not dying. Your only daily activity? Moving from one branch to the next to find new leaves that taste exactly like the old ones. It's not that you're lazy, you're just evolutionarily realistic. Why waste energy on ambition when you can survive on 0.003 horsepower? Meanwhile, humans show up. They film you, take photos, and call you adorable. They don't realize your cute smile is actually just a neuromuscular glitch. You become an internet mascot for chill vibes and mental health memes. Some dude get a sloth tattoo that says slow down and enjoy life, not knowing you're a living example of malnutrition with a good PR team. Tourists visit to see you in Costa Rica, take selfies, and hold you for Instagram likes, not realizing that their body heat and perfume are literally stressing you into a panic coma. You look calm because your heart can't afford to beat faster. You're a symbol of relaxation for a species that doesn't know how to slow down, and you're the poster child for a lifestyle you never chose. Deep down, you might be thinking something profound like, maybe the world moves too fast. But your brain processes thoughts so slowly that by the time you finish that sentence, the sun's moved. You finally understand your role in the ecosystem. You exist to make everything else look efficient. And then one day, you slip. A branch snaps, your slow-motion reflexes activate too late, and you fall 30 meters down. If you're lucky, you land on soft leaves and crawl back up like nothing happened. If you're unlucky, a jaguar finds you first. Either way, that's how most sloths go. Not with a bang, but with a very gradual thud. Your life flashes before your eyes, which takes a while, because everything is in slow motion anyway. But if there's any cosmic justice, it's this. You won. You beat evolution by cheating its game. While everyone else races for speed, you found survival in stillness. You don't fight. You don't flee. You just exist. And that turned out to be enough for millions of years. Humans will eventually go extinct from stress, pollution, or Wi-Fi arguments. And you'll still be hanging upside down, digesting lunch from the previous decade. You're nature's glitch that worked. The original "don't rush me, I'm thinking" prototype. So yeah, it sucks to be born a sloth. You're slow, fragile, nutritionally bankrupt, and basically a mossy beanbag with feelings. But you're also a reminder that sometimes doing the bare minimum is the most advanced strategy of all. So next time you're called a sloth, take it as a compliment. It means you're conserving energy like a professional and still managing to look adorable doing it. Because the truth is, evolution isn't about speed. It's about still being here. And you are, slowly, unapologetically, perfectly inefficient,